Hey guys, it's Josh D'Alessandro, Certified Strength Coach, Certified Sports Nutritionist, and today we're going to talk about some very important stuff that you should be having in your program, which, to be honest, is usually neglected. Usually when we think of a warm-up, we think of jumping jacks, high knees, butt kicks, which is great to get the heart rate up, obviously, which increases blood flow and delivery of the elasticity of those muscles, but you also need to do some specific warm-ups, especially if you're working with some really important musculature like the hips. So the hips we use in squatting, we use in deadlifting, we use in lunging. I can't think of a lower body exercise that is beneficial that doesn't use the hips in some way. So before we go into what we're going to be doing with the bands and the foam roller, which is really all you need, we're going to talk about the hip a little bit. So the femur runs into the pelvis, and it meets at the acetabellum in a ball and socket and synovial joint. So what that essentially means is that the hips are responsible and capable of doing many things. So for example, we've got hip flexion, falling off balance, got to work on that, hip extension, you've got hip abduction, and then you've got adduction. So it's capable of moving in all four planes of motion, which is really important when considering your warm-up. So to start things off, you're going to grab the band. Okay? So we're going to hit all four movements in a way that is actually very anatomically friendly for the hips. And by prepping your muscles before you do these movements, they're going to fire and activate the way they're supposed to during those big lifts. So the first one is called a hip flexor march, or a psoas march. You're going to lie down, hands down. Keep the left leg, if you're working the right leg, on the ground. You're just going to pull the band above 90. You can either hold, or you can just do reps. Okay, so you're probably going to do about 8 to 10. Keep that leg down, and then switch to the other side. Nice and simple, not too bad. Okay? Next, we're going to move on to hip extension. Now, I know you guys have seen these before. You don't even have to take the band off, the famous glute bridge. Now, these are done all the time. There's a chance they could be done incorrectly if you're feeling them in the wrong spot. So, the most common injury when doing hip extension is hamstring. And the reason for that is that the hamstring has taken over for the job that the glutes are supposed to be doing. So, everybody should be getting them booty gains in, because if you're not, then you're going to hurt yourself. So, here, let's see if we can tell the difference between these two. So first one, okay, second one. The second one was substantially higher, which means I'm pushing my hips into a posterior tilt. That's also allowing me to truly engage my glutes. So you want to make sure that you're doing this correctly, high enough, and that you're feeling it only here, not here or here. If you're feeling it in your hamstrings, there's a chance that your feet are too far away. So bring them to 90, pull the band out, up and squeeze. Once again, about 8 to 10. Okay? Next one we're going to do is going to be the hip abduction. So I see these done in the gym all the time, and they're a great exercise when done correctly, but I'm telling you right now, if you do it like this, honestly, you look a little ridiculous. I feel ridiculous doing it. And you're also not getting the benefit because the glute med, or the abductor, is a stabilizer. Okay? So you're going to raise up, back, again. So nice, controlled. I can feel it every single time, and just by feeling the isolation in this muscle, I know I'm activating it. So once again, that's 8 to 10 on each side. That's 3 out of the 4. Now we're moving on to the fourth one. So the hip adductors are a little challenging, and a lot of people don't think about it. You can use a medicine ball, or you can just use your arms. So this is called manual hip abduction, or adduction, sorry. Don't have a workout ball, no big deal. Okay, you're going to put your arms in between your legs. You're going to resist, and you're going to squeeze. That's 1, 2, all the way up to 8. So, just activated my adductors. Calves. If you can't get deep in your squat, which I know I can't, and I've been working on it, it's a good chance your calves are super tight. So, you're going to put your calf on the foam roller, other leg on top, lift the body so you can get some leverage, roll slowly. If you go super fast, once again, you look like that fool that was doing the abductors wrong, and you're also not getting the benefit. It's not supposed to hurt, it's just supposed to feel like the muscles are elongating slightly. This is a good one too. Rotate and keep rolling, because that's going to increase the range of motion, because similar to the hip joint, the ankle can move in quite a few planes of motion. So, if you do that on both sides, about 30 seconds, plus the banded work, you're ready to squat.